Hey Fae folk, welcome back. So for today's video, I want to talk about the Bratz and Mean Girl collab that is going to be coming out soon, which feels kind of weird to say. I don't think I've ever made a dedicated release video for any MGA brand. Like it's almost always Mattel. I think way back when I started my channel, I did like one or two Disney ones, but for the most part, these like dedicated videos where I want to rant about a very specific release really only happens with Mattel Creations, but today it's happening with Bratz. So yeah, we're going to be getting into the Mean Girls and Bratz collab. Now for this one, unlike the Mattel ones, like all the collector dolls with all the movies that I've never seen, I have seen Mean Girls. I don't really feel anything about it. Like it was fine. I'm not saying it was a bad movie. I liked it when I watched it, but like I didn't love it. I wasn't like, this is a huge part of my personality. This is a huge thing that I love. No shade to you if you're like that. I'm just saying like that's not where I'm coming at this from. So like I do have more context this time, but I still am not a huge fan of the franchise that we're going to be taking a look at. So bear that in mind as I talk to you about my thoughts on the release. Key thing here, as always, these are just my thoughts. If you disagree, it's totally chill. It's like fine. Everyone just has their different opinions. Just please do be kind if you disagree with me. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump into the release schedule first. I feel like that's like the most important thing to talk about here is when these dolls are actually going to be available. So for the US, they're going to be available on Bratz.com. It looks like they're going to be releasing on Amazon in, I think that's Denmark and the UK. Corte Inglés, I'm not sure where that is. And then Faery, which is a UK store. I think there might be a couple of other stores as well. I could be wrong. And then Bratz.com is also expanding their shipping. So when this release got like kind of leaked, everyone was a little bit nervous because Bratz.com only shipped within the US, but they are expanding their shipping. So they're going to be releasing in or shipping to different international countries as well. So hopefully more people will be able to get their hands on these. In terms of price and like when these dolls are going to be released, it is like a rollout. They're not all coming out at the same time. So the first one is going to be Katie, who is going to be coming out on October 3rd at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and who will be retailing for $60 US. Yep, I'm going to have some thoughts on the price that I think we'll just talk about at the end here. We're just laying out the facts first. Then we have Regina coming out next on October 17th at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time again, who also will retail for $60. And then lastly, Karen and Gretchen are going to be in a 2-pack set. You cannot buy them individually. They're going to release on Halloween, October 31st, again at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And their pack for like the 2-pack is going to cost $100 US. So with those little factoids in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the dolls themselves. So first off, taking a look at Katie, her first outfit is not one that I really enjoy. I will say I think the base doll is quite beautiful. I like the base dolls on most of these dolls, if I'm being honest. I know that this is like a reference to the movie, like I understand that. However, I don't understand the idea of making dolls that are references that don't look good. Like to me personally, I just don't like this outfit. Like it's not my favorite. I don't think that it looks great. Like it's not that it looks like it's bad quality or anything. I just don't think it looks very exciting. And again, I understand this is directly like from the on-screen like costuming. I could not think of that word for a second. Like I understand this is an outfit that Katie actually wore in the movie, and so I understand why it was produced. But again, I guess to me, how iconic a scene doesn't matter, because for dolls, I want my dolls to be pretty. So it doesn't matter to me that this is like an iconic scene, because I just don't think it's like a very exciting outfit. It's kind of like the Tweebles dolls that the Bratz came out with. I know those are intentionally ugly dolls. Like I know that's the whole point, but I don't understand why I would spend money on ugly doll. I don't know. Whatever. It's not important. The point being is it is like 1-to-1 from a movie scene. I think these are all pretty much 1-to-1. So not a huge fan of her first one. Her second outfit, I can't remember which scene this is from. It's been a while since I've seen the movie. I think this is fine though. I definitely think this is a lot cuter. I like the dress. I feel like it fits on like the Bratz body. It looks nice and everything. The shoes are fine. So I definitely like the second outfit more. I understand that Katie is like kind of the main character, so people might want to buy her because of that. But for me personally, looking at it from like mostly an aesthetic standpoint, I don't know, like the first outfit just really kind of kills it for me. Then Regina's outfit, her first one, is definitely more detailed again. Like it is 1-to-1 from a scene in the movie, and her outfit just in that scene happened to be a nicer one. So I do appreciate that she kind of got like a more proper outfit to me, I guess you would say, or like a more exciting outfit might be a better way to put it. Yeah, I don't really have any complaints about this. It looks like there's real buttons on her sweater. Like, that's cute. Sorry, I'm like hiccuping. I feel like I said this before in a video recently. Every time I come down to film, I end up hiccuping. Not important. Sorry. Yeah, I don't really have a whole lot to say. It's an outfit from the movie. And so is the second one. So all of the dolls besides Katie have their Halloween outfits on. So Regina here has got her little like bunny outfit going on. I do think that it looks nice. I hope that these fishnets are fishnets all the way down instead of just being tucked into the boots. But I like the like fur ruffle. I like the fur around the boots as well. I can't tell. Yeah, it looks like the boots are like fully plastic. Sometimes Bratz does like different styles of socks and stuff, or like boots, because of the way that their feet come on and off, but it looks like they are full plastic boots. I do think that the headband is really cute. I love the little bunny ears headband, and the way it sits on the head I think is just really, really well executed. So points for that one. Then this is so disappointing to me because like just looking at the outfits from the 2-pack, with Gretchen and then with Karen, I almost forgot her name for a second. I really, really liked Gretchen's outfits the most. I just think that they look the cutest. I feel like they translate very well to doll form. So looking at this image of the first outfits from the 2-pack, I do think that Karen looks fine. Like there's absolutely nothing wrong with her. I don't know, something about Gretchen's outfit appeals to me personally. I think it's very, very cute. Their second outfits, of course, are their Halloween outfits. So we've got Karen as her little mouse. I do love her dress. I think her dress, and actually her boots too, are super, super cute. And I love Gretchen's entire second outfit. She's got cat ears, so obviously I'm going to be kind of into it because of the cat thing. But I also just like how they've executed the rest of her outfit. I do believe it is 2 pieces, like a shirt and pants. I don't think that it's all one piece, but don't hold me to that. So yeah, honestly, Gretchen was my favorite based on the like leaked photos that we had gotten, just because I liked her main outfit the most, and I think that her Halloween outfit is cute. I actually might have considered buying her if she wasn't in the 2-pack, but I'm certainly not going to buy the 2-pack because as cute as Karen's doll is, I don't feel that strongly about it. And also, these official stock photos have made me not want Gretchen either, because I think she's too pale, like categorically too pale. If you take a look at the actress from the movie, I'll pop up an image here. She definitely has like a tanner complexion. Like she's not super, super pale like the doll seems to be. And even when you take like the lineup that they've taken these first outfits from, if you take that screenshot from the movie, you can see that in comparison to the other characters, Gretchen is noticeably tanner. Obviously, that's not a bad thing, but it's just like she is tanner, like the actress is tanner, and so therefore the character has a deeper complexion, deeper skin tone. But when you take the same sort of image of all of the dolls together, they look almost exactly the same skin tone across the board. There might be a hint of depth in Gretchen's doll, but for the most part, these dolls look almost like they all have the exact same skin tone. And I do think that that is not a great look in any capacity, really. Like there's not anything I can add on to that. I just don't think that there is a real excuse for why they would not make Gretchen have an accurate skin tone. It strikes me as very weird to say the least, especially from Bratz, not because they have like a completely untainted history when it comes to skin tone, but just because I do think out of like doll brands that originated in kind of the 2000s, and even some doll brands that we see now come out, like Rainbow High, when they launched their entire first lineup, like the core lineup at first was all super, super pale. So I do think that Bratz was somewhat unique in that while they definitely still had their issues about skin tone and making characters who have a dark skin tone a little bit too pale, especially in the artwork, like a lot of the old Bratz art is shocking if you were looking at Sasha's art. But I feel like when it comes to the dolls themselves, they've been pretty good about trying to show a diverse range of skin tones, like just in general from the inception of Bratz. So it feels very odd to me that they, out of all brands, would be having this issue. And it does just really, really suck to see. Like there's no other way to put it. It's not chill. So with that being said, that brings us back to like the overarching thoughts, I guess you would say. I will say that I think this is slightly better than it could have been, because at first, before Bratz clarified about where these dolls were going to be available, like I said, there was a lot of concern about the idea of international fans having no way to access these dolls aside from secondhand sellers. So before that, I was afraid I was gonna have to make this video and be like, wow, this is like a complete shit show. I will say they fixed that problem, or like alleviated that problem in at least some capacity. I still don't know if they're going to be available in literally every country, but they have made it a little bit better. So I guess credit where credit is due with that. I just don't know how to feel about this overall, I guess. I think the idea of the collaboration is really on point. I feel like Mean Girls and Bratz do just feel like they go together. Like those two things make sense. It's not a particularly out of the box or out of left field collab. It's not like, oh, that's kind of weird. Like this really does make sense. And even as someone who isn't a staunch Mean Girls fan, I was like, okay, yeah, this seems kind of cool. Like I'm excited to see what the dolls look like. As I said earlier, I was considering buying Gretchen before I found out she was in a 2-pack and also too pale. But in general, I think my biggest thing with this is the price, as it always is, which like I'm sorry if I harp on that too much. Like I'm not trying to be repetitive or just annoying or anything like that, but I genuinely think this is ridiculous pricing for these dolls. Like the fact that these single dolls are $60 a piece. You get one Bratz doll and 2 outfits. And like at least they have 2 outfits, but $60? That just seems like a lot to me. I don't know if I'm out of touch. They do have really cool packaging. I will give them that. The packaging for these dolls is like the front flips open, so it comes and it looks like the burn book, which is very thematic. That's very cool, especially for anyone who wants to keep their dolls in box. I do think it's nice that the packaging is interesting packaging. I just $60 is a lot to me. And then obviously the others being $100. I mean, you do get a little bit of a discount because they're in a 2-pack. Obviously 60 and 60 would be 120. So I'm glad that there's that. That makes it a little bit better. It just feels really expensive. Plus then there's going to be shipping and handling and taxes and everything. Maybe that's just me, but overall I feel like this is a really cool concept for a collaboration. I kind of wish Karen and Gretchen hadn't been in a 2-pack, but maybe that's just, because I was like thinking about Gretchen. I think the biggest issues for me, one, the price, obviously. I think that's not super cool. And biggest one is Gretchen's skin tone. I think that that's shady and weird and not chill at all. So kind of a mixed bag with this release. Like, again, I do think it's a collab that makes sense. And I do think that a lot of the outfits look like they're very, very well executed and very movie accurate. And so that's all stuff that is really good. But I just don't know if like, even that could outweigh the price to me. Because it's like, if you love it enough, it's kind of worth it, right? Like if you actually genuinely love this movie, I could understand being willing to spend the money on it. So I'm probably just coming at that from like the wrong standpoint of someone who really wouldn't spend more than $30 on one of these if I'm being honest. But the biggest thing to me is for sure the issue of Gretchen's skin tone. I just think that that's really sad and is really a blemish on this release that I think could have been super cool for Bratz. So that's my take on it, but obviously I want to hear yours as well. I always want to hear you guys' thoughts. If you are planning on trying to get any of these dolls, I wish you good luck. I have no experience ordering off of the Bratz website specifically, so I don't know if it's an absolute nightmare like Mattel Creations is. We also don't know exactly how many of these dolls are going to be released, so yeah, good luck is like the best thing I can say, but definitely let me know how you feel about these dolls and like their designs and the issues that I talked about today in the comments down below. Regardless of how you feel, I do hope you're able to enjoy me talking about it, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye guys!